Today on Globe News, Slick graduation is around the corner. Learn how students ready themselves and prepare for the big day. Plus, a famous artist visits Salt Lake to celebrate skating with art. And the Center for Health and Counseling hosted its Stress Less Week. See how students cleared their minds with the help of some furry friends. All that and more. Stay tuned. Globe News starts now. Welcome to Globe News. I'm Teresa Chikowski.
And I'm Samantha Alegre. At the SLCC, the cross-country team has ended its seasonal on historic note, winning a national championship and with one individual named Athlete of the Year. Here's what Brittany Hall has to report.
The men's cross-country team at SLCC had some historic collegiate and personal wins this year on the track. The cross-country team at SLCC runs 5K, 8K, 10K, half marathon, the mile, 1500 m, and national championships. The men's and women's teams for cross-country spent a lot of time training and preparing for races trying to go professional. Going professional isn't the only reason for Jaquavius Harris for running cross-country. It's also overcoming personal obstacles and making a difference in his life.
The reason that I started running was because I was actually bullied a lot in junior high. Once I got to cross country and track, that was like my safe haven. And so I didn't have to ride the bus because a coach would bring me home or like someone on the team would bring me home. And I've noticed that the environment on that team was just so different. It was so nice. They made me want to be better. And I'm like, all right, like I found my home now.
Harris has proved that one can overcome past experiences and find peace in sports. The culture at SLCC sports teams have made the members feel like it's family and a support system. According to Deseret News 2 years ago, Harris and Billy Hatch, a women's cross-country member, each took home an individual win besides their team's wins. Harris has set national records at NJCAA races, named Athlete of the Year, won the team title, and the record holder for cross-country at SLCC in every race.
The races are, honestly, they're different. Like, they can be really intense, they can be really calm, they can be strategic, but all in all, they're really fun. Once you get to that finish line and like you're recovered, you feel like you want to do it all over again. I don't know what it is. I've always dreamt of like being that guy who like is honored for certain things, but when it actually happened, it felt surreal in a way. Like, yeah, I know I worked really hard and stuff like that, but I mean, it could have been anybody.
For more information on the cross-country/track teams or other sports teams, visit slccbruins.com/index.aspx.
Last week, an all DIY skateboard ramp brought the local skate community together to turn a rundown location into a piece of art. On April 29 and 30, Salt Lake skate community came together to celebrate creativity, culture. Hosted by Time Machine Skate Shop, the event was part of the Heartside tour led by French artist Lucas Beaufort. Before anything was painted, the community rolled up their sleeves to clean and prep the area, giving the space new life. While on tour, the artist is crossing the country aiming to bring new life to local skate spots, not just with fresh paint, but with renewed energy and connection.
We are here in Salt Lake City. It's the third stop of my Heartside tour, which is a way for me to bring the community together, repaint local DIY skate spot related to the local skate shop, and then we do a jam station the next day.
Overpass at 500 West and 600 North, as it's been known to be one of Salt Lake's oldest DIY skate spots. The once gritty concrete now bursts with color, turning a well-worn skate zone into a symbol of creativity and connection. For Beauforts, it's more than a makeover. It's a tribute to the soul of skateboarding and the people who keep it pushing forward.
Coming up, next students finish up the semester with final weeks and met some new furry friends along the way. The Center for Health and Counseling offers mental health resources for students. Graduating students enjoy spring while they finish preparing for the big day. Keep watching Globe News.
Welcome back to Globe News. Finals can be a busy time for students at SLCC. To help lighten the load, the Center for Health and Counseling hosted its Stress Less Week, bringing free snacks, calming activities, and a much-needed break from the pressures of exams. The most popular part of the event was the therapy dogs. On April 29th, the dogs visited the Taylorsville Redwood campus, followed by a stop at South City on April 30th and Jordan campus on May 1st. Students were invited to pet, play, and simply spend a few quiet moments with the friendly dogs. Studies have shown that spending time with therapy dogs can lower stress hormones, reduce anxiety, and even improve focus, all of which can be a huge help during finals week. For many students, a wagging tail and a few minutes of calm made all the difference in getting through the stressful finals week.
Next up, learn more about how the Center for Health and Counseling is reducing student stress. Taylor Irvin has the details.
SLCC's Center for Health and Counseling recently put on Stress Less Week, which ran from Monday, April 28th through Friday, May 1st. This event is put on every spring and fall semester the week before finals to help students alleviate stress. Events this semester included chair massages and the opportunity to interact with therapy dogs.
It got started basically because we saw a need for students always being stressed out before finals. And so we tried to come up with different ways that they could decrease their stress. And we found the most successful was with the therapy dogs. So we always try to have them come because it's an easy, fun thing for students to be a part of.
While the massage chairs event only took place at the Redwood campus, the therapy dog sessions were held at 3 different campuses: Redwood, Jordan, and South City. The dogs are brought in from an organization called Golden Healers Service Dogs that not only conducts visits, but also helps provide service dogs to those in need of them. The dogs are familiar visitors to SLCC.
Every quarter or so, the school has a stress week that they have their testing, and they ask us to come and bring the dogs just to give the students a little bit of stress relief and provide some joy and some comfort. And it's always been a great success. The students seem to love it, and hopefully test scores go up.
The Center for Health and Counseling doesn't only help during Stress Less Week, though. Students can access resources anytime during the semester for physical and mental health needs.
The Center for Health and Counseling is like a one-stop shop for all things health for students. So we have a medical clinic, and we have massage therapy, and we also have our counseling services. All of those are at a cheaper rate because we don't take insurance. So students can come get counseling for $15 and get medical at a discounted rate too. Massage therapy is $30 for students. And we also have a fee waiver service. So if students can't afford any of those services, they can get like 5 free sessions of counseling per semester. So we try to make sure students know that they can have access to health and mental health resources for a cheaper rate.
The Center for Health and Counseling has offices at the Redwood, Jordan, and South City campuses. Resources offered by the center and specific location information can be found at slcc.edu/CHC.
Spring is in the air, and so is graduation season. Students at SLCC are enjoying the warm weather as they prepare for the big day. Commencement takes place on May 9th at 9:30 a.m. at the Maverick Center. Graduating students should arrive at 8 to line up and check in. Around campus, you can see students finishing projects, ordering caps and gowns, and taking grad photos under blossoming trees. For more details, go to slcc.edu/commencement.
From better recycling to more inclusive spaces, SLCC made changes you might have already noticed. Keep watching for more details.
On the agenda today, honey?
Well, I have a new client coming in. How about you? You've got something on the calendar.
Yeah, Gary's actually coming into the office today. We're gonna go over his house plan. Kevin, can you pass the bacon, please?
Kevin, can you pass the bacon?
Thank you.
Glad to have you back to Globe News. I'm Teresa Chikowski.
And I'm Samantha Alegre.
Every day, recyclables are tossed out without a second thought. Calvin Hand has more on where all these recyclables go at Slick.
15 years ago, Slick created an official recycling department. Recycling has become an important part of student life and source of income for the school. Compared to other schools, Slick is unique in how it handles recycling material.
So here at Salt Lake Community College, we are unique in the fact that we have a recycling department that is separate from custodial. So what that means is that we have the ability to sort the recycled materials at the bin and then bring it back to our warehouse where we can send it to different vendors. This means that we are saving money by not going through a third party, but also we're able to get a better return on the materials because they are cleaner and more unique instead of just all put together. And this means we can also recycle more products as well.
Every week, the recycling team travels out to different campuses to collect any materials from the bins around the buildings. They look for hard plastics, paper, glass, cans, and cardboard. After they are done with the rounds, they return to the facilities at the Redwood campus to be sorted.
So after we collect the materials and bring it back to our warehouse, they are sorted into different bins. The cardboard we bale. And then from there, we will contact the different vendors that pick up those things. So plastic will go to one place, cardboard will go to a different place, and then those places will then hold it until they have somebody to be able to purchase it, and then that will be sold so that it can be returned back into other reused products or be reused as something else.
The recycling department is constantly trying to expand and find new ways for Salt Lake Community College to become even more sustainable.
SLCC student leaders are improving campus spaces to be more inclusive and accessible. Here's a look at their impact. The SLCC Equality and Representation Board recently completed an initiative they started in 2021. The board started the bathroom signage initiative with a pilot graphic and an green triangle representing mind, body, and spirit. After receiving feedback that the imagery was confusing, the board redesigned the graphic, updated the language, and added a QR code to mark inclusive, accessible, and single-star restroom across all campuses. The board is also gathering student input to improve the prayer and meditation rooms, campuses like enough rooms, and existing spaces like plumbing for the purification process before prayer. Peer leaders are also improving financial aid spaces for students. They plan to remodel financial aid offices to provide privacy and manage long lines.
So there's two parts of SLICSA. We've got the Vice President of Academic Pathways, which deals with stuff inside the classroom, and Equality and Representation deals with pretty much everything else. So we deal with most of the things that students kind of immediately think of when they think of like anything outside of class.
10 students make up the Equality and Representation Board, and they realize students' needs and concerns to the administration. To learn more about how they're improving physical spaces across campuses, go to globslcc.com.
Coming up, a Slick International student jumps into action to save a child's life, plus why some other international students are growing concerned about their visa status.
There is someone walking behind you. Turn around, look at me. There is someone watching your footsteps. Turn around, look at me. Turn around.
Welcome back to Globe News.
A Slick student became an unexpected hero after helping rescue a 7-year-old boy from drowning at Palisades Reservoir. Here's how it happened.
What started as a peaceful summer trip quickly turned into a nightmare. At Palisades Reservoir, the young family had come to enjoy a few days of swimming, camping, and time together. But when 7-year-old Ethan suddenly went missing, everything changed. Pedro, an international student from Brazil and close family friend, began searching.
We were here with the family and friends, with some trailers here, just enjoying the lake, having some fun.
And after a day out, we were in the trailers and we also had a fire pit and we were starting to make dinner. And eventually we realized that Ethan was missing.
As the seconds passed, word turned to fear, until Pedro noticed something floating in the water. He ran toward the lake, jumped in, and pulled Ethan unconscious from beneath the water. Those next few moments would decide Ethan's life.
Everything happened so fast. It was such a crazy experience, almost impossible to explain what happened in that day. But luckily, all that those little times, those little seconds made a real change in this kid's life and in the whole experience that we had here in the camp.
And after moments that felt endless, Ethan finally began to breathe again. The moment brought shock, relief, and kind of a stillness that Pedro will never forget. For Pedro, it was something that changed him.
It's really hard to put in words on how I felt during that time, but it's just something that is hard to explain when you have a life and death situation in your hands. And so much adrenaline going on, the decision making was so fast, but I just feel relieved that the kid is still alive, and I just feel happy that I could be in the right time, at the right spot to help this kid.
Pedro doesn't think of himself as a hero, but his quick actions made all the difference. It was a moment of clarity in the middle of panic, and a reminder that even ordinary people can do something extraordinary.
As one international student is being recognized as a hero, new visa concerns are leaving many others wondering if they'll be allowed to stay in the country.
Leaving home to study in another country is a major decision, but recent rumors of visa revocation have created uncertainty among international students at SLCC. In Utah, at least 20 students were reportedly contacted by immigration authorities. These claims have raised concerns, particularly among recent graduates participating in programs like optional practical training. Some students fear that even minor issues could put their status at risk, but everything seems to be just rumors. Michael Hasfeder, the SLCC International Student Advisor, explains the situation.
As a part of the U.S. government's objective of targeting criminal behavior inside the country, they've run a background check on every F1 visa holding student. Some of the students came back on that background check and subsequently had their I-20s terminated. 3 of our students lost their I-20s, but as far as we know, nobody had their visas revoked. We're currently working with our students to help them regain legal F1 status.
For resources and support on this, go to slcc.edu/ISS.
That's it for this episode of Globe News. To watch this episode and past episodes of Globe News, go to globeslcc.com or find us on Facebook at SLCC-SMC or on YouTube, X, and Instagram at SLCC-SMC. I'm Teresa Czachowski.
And I'm Samantha Alegre. Thanks for watching Globe News.